Oh wow. It's so good for me, watching Mickey Mouse Clubhouse on Disney Plus on my laptop, while we are waiting for our airplane, for our trip to Singapore.
That's very great, Dad. I actually like Mickey Mouse Clubhouse the best. It's like the original Mickey Mouse, but more kiddie-friendly.
And what a better way to wait patiently for our plane, other than watching Disney Junior on Disney Plus. It will revive our real childhood powers.
I agree with you, sis. This is one of the healthy ways to enjoy ourselves while we're still children. And you, Dad, this is a great way to relax your body and soul. I remembered watching it when I was 6 or 7 years old. And who is going to tell us that we're too old for these shows here?
I know, right, bro. Speaking of the clock, it's almost 15 minutes before our plane for Singapore arrives.
Good point, children. Let's not waste our time talking, and continue watching Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Excuse me, are you watching Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, or something on Disney Junior? That I am hearing from it right now.
Yes, me and my 2 children decided to watch something on Disney Plus, and that is Mickey Mouse Clubhouse from Disney Junior, while we are waiting for our plane for Singapore comes.
Excuse me, mister, is there an issue with us watching Mickey Mouse?
Well, don't you think you 3 are way too old to be watching those kinds of stuff, especially on Disney Plus? Those content is only for toddlers, preschoolers, kindergarteners, and 1st to 3rd graders. It's not good for you 3. It's very immature for you to do such nonsense.
Actually, the Disney Junior shows are also enjoyable for older children, like us, like about up to 12 years old, and also teens and adults who are kids at heart, like our dad here.
Absolutely, sis. And it can also help us revive our childhood powers during our spare time from school, and to enhance our skills we learned from school as well.
I don't care. We suggest that you cease watching those baby shows on Disney Plus, and instead watch something else, like SMNI with Pastor Apollo Sequibodoloy.
No, sir. Me and my sis and our dad are waiting for our plane for our flight trip to Singapore for 16 days, and we want to see some tourist spots, like the Lion Fountain, and so on.
I agree with my bro. I want to see some beautiful landmarks in Singapore, and to meet and greet new friends.
My kids are right, sir. Why don't you go away and do something else? We're literally watching Mickey Mouse Clubhouse while waiting.
We ought to teach all of you that this is not how they should be raised among the 3 of you, and you need to realize that you 3 are too old for Disney Junior. And as for you, fat man, you are in the 30s, and you're way too old to watch those stuff. It's very disgraceful in my eyes. How old are you, kids?
I am 11 years old, and my brother is 13 years old, and we don't care if we're too old for anything on Disney Junior or on mainland Disney.
Oh, I should have known that. You 3 need to move on from Disney, and instead watch something else that is more appropriate for you, like SMNI with Pastor Apollo Sequibodoloy.
For the love of Jesus Christ, we want you to leave us alone for once and stop telling us that we're too old for this or we're too old for that. We want.
And we do not like SMNI, because it spreads fake news for the Philippines, and the leader Pastor Apollo Sequibodoloy is wanted by the FBI for felonies against children and women, and we do not want to engage in that. And also, we're not too old for anything on Disney. You're being delusional right here.
I'm not leaving you alone until you stop watching and liking content from Disney, both mainland Disney and Disney Junior, and especially the latter because it's only for babies.
Please, stop saying such words to my face, and leave us alone. We're waiting for our airplane.
I don't care. You're way too old for Disney, and I also don't like people who like Disney, or any other entities that serves kids. You a grown man are.
Hey, you do not call me the R word. That word is very offensive to people with disabilities. And I do have autism with learning disabilities. And you just insulted me like that, and I do not like people saying that me, or anyone below or about my age, are too old for anything that's marketed to children. And I don't like the way you say that to our faces.
And how dare you called me a delusional? That is very rude of you to say that to my face. And I am not gonna stop picking on you 3 until you stop watching baby shows.
Stop it, mister. Why don't you pick on someone else your own behavior, and leave us alone? Okay, we're waiting for our plane, and you're wasting our waiting time.
And finally, Various people have different interests, regardless of what age group is aimed at, and you need to respect our preferences. That's how we act ethically.
It's one thing that people have different interests. But you need to understand that you need to be moving on from preschool shows, preschool toys, and whatnot. And you need to watch something else, like KBS and SBS in South Korea, TVB in Hong Kong, All TV, ABS-CBN, TV5, GMA, and especially, SMNI in the Philippines. Those are more appropriate for your ages, for ACQ's sake.
That's enough, mister. We had enough of your ageist back-talking nonsense. We are not trusting you anymore until you learn to be open-minded.
Yeah, I am not gonna support you until you learn to handle people liking content for preschoolers, and especially from Disney.
And one more thing, Kibo Law is controversial, especially SMNI, and he is yet to be arrested for felonies he committed, and you shouldn't support him either.
Airbus number 25 has been arrived.
Yay, that's our airplane. Come on kids, let's go.
Hey, come back here, I am not done talking to you three. Oh great, those people won't listen to me. They need to realize that they're too old for anything that's for kids, regardless. No, I think my parents caught me sneaking here without permission.
Nom nom, it was brought to our attention that you snuck off to the airport without us knowing, berated the Johnson family, and telling them that they're too old for Disney. Care to explain why did you do that?
Well, it's just that the family is way too old to be consuming content that is marketed to kids, and especially Disney Junior, even Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. And they're acting childish for watching them, and I told them to watch SMNI instead, because it's more appropriate for them.
That is the poorest explanation ever. SMNI is controversial, especially the founder Apollo Kiboloy, because SMNI is known for red tagging people and spreading fake news. That's very naughty. Kiboloy is also wanted by the FBI, and he is yet to be arrested, and we do not support him anymore because of his felonies he committed.
Yeah, your mother is right. And we do not care if they are too old for Disney. And people have the right to like something, even if they're aimed at children.
And for berating the Johnson family for watching Disney content, you're grounded until the second coming of Christ happens.
Grounded, again.
Yes, this is what you get for shaming the Johnson family just for doing something that kids do. Go to your room while we order some Disney stuff on Amazon.
And no TV for the rest of the day, and no Southeast Asian stuff for a month, except children's content from South Korea in Malaysia.